I make sex like 2 times a week.
That's an off week for me.
Now, sometimes when I'm jerking off, I can go for like 5 minutes non-stop.
Probably laid like, I don't know, over 20 ladies.
At once?
No, over the course of, being out there in the field, playing the field.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Hey everybody, you're listening to the Tight or Loose podcast with Daly and Driscoll. I hope everyone out there is keeping it tight or keeping it loose because you're listening to the Tight or Loose podcast.
That's right, baby.
You know what I'm saying?
Special edition. We're getting close to Halloween, Chad. So we got a little top 5 tonight. We're gonna do the top 5 best Halloween candies and our personal opinions. And guess what, folks? Next week, potentially, we might throw out there the top 5 best Halloween movies / scary movies. That could be quite the list. So we'll have to put that together, something in the works for next week. So stay tuned for that. But I say it's not going to be all Halloween here. There's a few other things we're going to get to. But I think right off the top, we should go to the top 5 best Halloween candies and our personal opinions. I think we both got a list here. I think right off the top, this is the way to start. Would you like anything else that you want to start with off the top, or we go right into this and then we continue the podcast?
Yeah, let's go into our Halloween candy. Now, like, did you want specific brands? And you know what I mean? Like, or just like a chocolate bar? Or
no,
you're like, no, it's
chocolate.
It's gotta be a Twix.
Brands, not a chocolate.
Okay.
You can't say a chocolate bar,
well,
man.
I wasn't sure.
There's 15 different kinds of chocolate bars. No, dude.
I understand. I was just like, is he being generic about this list, or is this list, is this going to be
specific?
Very specific.
Very, very, very specific. Very specific. Do you want me to start it off, or do you want to start it off?
No, you go ahead. You start it off. I want to see.
Number 5 for me. I'm going from 5 to 1 here. I've got a list in order, 5 to 1, my favorites. Okay. And some of these might surprise you. Maybe they won't, but we'll see. So, and I'm not talking about, well, actually, yeah, present day. Like it was more when like I was a kid and stuff, but I still to this day would probably rate them the same, to be honest with you. So here we go. Number 5 for me is a good old, I used to love unwrapping these puppies. You would get 100 of these in your Halloween sack when you were trick-or-treating. You unwrap one of these puppies, you pop it in the old mouth. I'm talking Tootsie Rolls, baby. A good old Tootsie. Oh, Tootsie Rolls? You never liked a Tootsie Roll?
They're okay. I wouldn't say top 5.
You would get so many of them, right? Because it was just a little drop in, like one little Tootsie Roll drop in, but you'd get 100 of them. Tootsie Rolls, number 5. I fucking loved. I would stuff my pockets for days with Tootsie Rolls and go to town. It's Tootsie Rolls for me.
Okay, yeah, I get it. I get why you would put Tootsie Rolls on there. It's nice. It's a little sticky. It gets in your teeth. It's hard sometimes.
Yes.
It always kind of reminded me of like an old person candy. Like if you went to Grandma and Grandpa's, there'd be Tootsie Rolls. They would on the counter.
We're not talking Werther's Originals here. We're talking Tootsie Rolls. Okay.
Yeah.
Come on.
Okay. All right. I did not have Tootsie Rolls on my list.
Number 5. They're low on my list, but it's a Tootsie Roll. I like a good Tootsie Roll.
I went more like mainstream here. I went more mainstream, and number 5 on my list is a nice, sweet Reese's Peanut Butter Cup.
Oh, dude. What can you say about Reese's?
I mean, you only get in the Halloween candy, you only get one tiny cup. Just one little cup.
That's true. More on Reese's later.
Okay.
I can't believe
Reese's Peanut Butter Cup or Reese's Pieces?
No, Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. I can't believe you had it that low. So shocker or whatever. Spoiler alert. I can't believe you had them that low.
It's one of those ones where I love it, but if I have too many of them, I'll probably shit my pants or throw up or something.
All right, let's do a bit of a snake here. What do you go 4 and then I'll go 4.
All right. Number 4 on my list right here. I remember as a kid would go crazy if anybody ever gave me Lay's potato chips, just the regular
Plain.
Lay's potato
Plain.
chips.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times people bought shitty chips. They would go and they would buy like the store brand chips and they throw it in. But when someone would spend the extra money to give you an actual bag of Lay's,
Yep.
that was the best.
You get about, 5 to 10 chips in that little pouch.
Yeah, you might get, but and a lot of times people give you like Cheetos or just, I don't know. I remember as a kid getting a lot of like no name shit, like no name potato chips. There'd be 3 chips in the fucking bag. It was terrible. But Lay's plain chips. Oh.
Okay, number 4 for me, favorite best Halloween candies in my opinion as a kid. Number 4 for me gotta be those little packs of Skittles. I am a huge Skittle guy. Love Skittles. What is your favorite color of Skittles? Do you have one? Do you remember?
It's gotta be red.
No, it's purple for me, baby. But
I
appreciate a red. But it was purple for me. But man, a little pack of Skittles, man. I haven't had Skittles in years, dude. But maybe within the next couple weeks, there might be some Skittles happening. But number 4 for me is
when you
Skittles.
would throw a whole handful of Skittles in your mouth. It took fucking forever.
Oh, yeah. A hard chew.
Chew it. Oh, it's a hard chew.
My number 5, Tootsie Rolls, a hard chew. Number 4, Skittles, a hard chew.
Yeah, I see a pattern developing here. You like a hard chew in the mouth.
I'm going to go to number 3, and it's also a hard chew. I'm talking O. Henry. Those little O. Henrys. Those little O. Henrys. Man, I could down those little O. Henrys like nobody's business. Number 3 for me, a good little O. Henry. Oh, Henry. Oh, baby O. Henry.
Yeah. Number 3 for me was I honestly could eat an entire pillow sack full of these because they're soft, they're fluffy. They're not a hard chew, they're a soft chew. Melts in your mouth, a little Aero bar.
Yeah, Aero. See, Aero, no, doesn't do it for me.
With the bubbles in it?
No, doesn't do it for me. You know what?
Tootsie Rolls, but not an Aero bar.
Well, I don't like them. Okay, you know what? I'm going to tell you right now. It's the milk chocolate. I'm not a huge fan of the milk chocolate candy bars.
Yeah, like you like all the fake shit.
No,
like real shit.
Well, yeah, okay, I guess that's fair. Yeah, that's fair. I like a darker chocolate and whatever. Not the Aeros never did it for me. Like the air bubbles, like yeah, it's very soft. It's good in the mouth, but I don't know.
It is good in the mouth.
The Aeros never did it for me. Okay, number 2, what do you got?
Number 2, this I went way back for this one. This is going back to the 1980s. Okay. I don't know if you remember these, but you would maybe get 1, maybe get 2.
Oh, I thought you were okay. I thought you were going to say something, but now I think it's going to be something completely different. Go ahead.
All right. Do you remember these? They were so awesome. Do you remember Squeeze-Its?
Oh, no, I don't. No.
Okay, Squeeze-Its, like only the rich. You had to go to the rich neighborhoods to get these.
I don't even know what that is.
I think it was called Squeeze-It. It's like a fruit drink that like you squeeze. Like it's like a little bottle and you would, it was so good.
A drink? Really? No,
it's like a drink. It's like a candy drink. I don't know. I just remember where I went trick-or-treating, there were a couple houses that would give these out. And I'm pretty sure it's called Squeeze-It. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, maybe you're probably right. I don't recall that personally, but
yeah, it's like, I don't even, it's like the syrup from like a fruit punch, but in a little bottle that you squeeze in your mouth.
Was that your number 3?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've only got 2 left here. My number 2, I'm getting a little softer as I get closer to the top here. I started out hard.
Too hard.
I started out very hard. I like it hard, but I also like it soft. Just like I like it tight, I also like it loose. Number 2 for me. This may be a shock for you, but I'll tell you right now, Chad, I love a good mini Kit Kat. It's Kit Kat. It's Kit Kat. Number 2 for me. People might think that's crazy, but I love a Kit Kat. Man, it's Kit Kat number 2 for me. That's where it's all. And you would get a ton of those little Kit Kats.
Oh yeah. See, I picked Aero Bar because it's probably my favorite, but I could have made a top 5 list of just chocolate bars. Because I love the little caramels, I love the little Kit Kats, I love the little Twix.
Yeah.
I love them all.
Yeah.
But I tried to branch out. So my number 2, I don't know if you remember these as a kid, and these were probably a terrible thing to give kids because it developed into a lifelong habit. But Popeye cigarettes.
Oh my goodness, I do remember.
Do you remember the Popeye cigarettes that you get? And they have a little red tip. It was a white candy stick with a little red tip, and you'd walk around. You're like 7 years old walking the streets like you're smoking a dart.
Dude, I remember you. I don't remember getting them for Halloween.
They had mini Halloween packs where you don't get a few darts.
You could go to the convenience store and purchase them, but like, and I do, you're walking around like kids, like fake fucking candy.
That's what I'm saying. Could you imagine? Can you imagine today if someone came out with a candy that was a cigarette? And like, here you go, kids, pretend to smoke.
It's crazy. Didn't it actually have like Popeye himself like on the package?
It was a little red box and it had Popeye. And I'm pretty sure it was called Popeye cigarettes. And then they changed it to Popeye sticks. Because
Popeye used to have smoke a pipe. I don't know if you remember that in the cartoon or whatever.
And it was a white stick. And then they coated the ending with a little red.
Yeah.
So it looked like a lit cigarette.
Those were good, man.
Yeah, they were really good. You could suck on them all day, but at the same time, you look cool because it looked like you were smoking Popeye cigarettes, man. That's the shit.
You want to go one here before I go one or what?
You go ahead.
My one's already.
I want to hear yours.
My one's already been said. My
Popeye cigarettes?
No, my absolute favorite Halloween candy of all time, and I think personally, without a doubt, it is the best. If you took a poll across however many people, I think this would come out on as number 1 the majority of the time. My favorite of all time, it's Reese's peanut butter cups, man. You already had it on your list. Low. I've got it high. There's nothing like, you got some Reese's in there. Chances are you're going there first. You're going right to the Reese's.
Yeah. If you knew there was a house giving out the full 3-pack.
Oh no,
you were walking. But if someone was, I know, but if someone was giving out the full Reese's peanut butter 3, like you would walk 5-10 kilometers to get to that house, to get those peanut butter.
What I meant was when you get home and you dump out your sack.
When you unload your sack all over the floor.
When you unload your sack once you get home. And there's just a fucking mess everywhere, an absolute explosion all over the living room floor. You just emptied your sack all over your parents' house, and you see some Reese's down there mixed with a bunch of other things. What are you grabbing first? Chances are a Reese's peanut butter cup, number 1 for me. Best Halloween candy ever, Reese's peanut butter cups. What do you got?
All right. My number 1, and this is how I know it's my number 1. I have a family member, and when I go to their house, they have a candy bar. So they if they're having people over, they have a whole table full of little.
Well, this
Halloween
isn't
candy.
fair. This isn't fair.
So anyway, what is the candy I can't walk by without grabbing a handful of? It's peanut M&Ms.
Okay, M&Ms.
But the peanut ones.
The peanut, yeah.
The peanut M&Ms. Yeah. I can't walk by that table without shoving a handful of fucking peanut M&Ms in my mouth.
You like the peanut M&Ms more than the regular M&Ms?
Oh yeah, I will. I would. The regular M&Ms they would stay in my sack a long time.
Hey, dude, you know what
I would get rid of all the nuts first.
You know what they say about M&Ms?
No, I don't.
Well, this is what they say. Melt in your mouth, not in your hand.
That's not M&Ms.
Yes, it is.
Is it?
Yes, melt in your mouth, not in your hand. That's M&Ms. Melt in your mouth, not in your hands. That's the M&M slogan.
I'm going to look that up because I don't think it is.
It is one melt in your mouth, not in your hand. That was their slogan for fucking years, man.
Shit, you're right. It's M&Ms.
100%.
The milk chocolate that melts in your mouth and not in your hand.
Yeah. There's your podcast title right there. Melt in your mouth, not in your hand.
Perfect. Perfect.
Anyway, do you want to do like a couple maybe that we think are like suck, that were like the worst, I'll lead it off. Like I hated those rockets. You would get 1,000 of those fucking rockets.
Yeah, I hated the fucking rockets.
I hated
The
those
little
fucking things.
plastic twisty pack,
Mhm.
and it would have like 10 rockets. Is that what you're talking about?
Exactly. Yeah, they
Yeah.
were the worst.
They weren't as bad as when people would give you the fucking hard as a rock little double bubble, or was it double bubble?
Yeah.
You know when they give you the chunky gum?
Yeah.
Who eats that shit? Nobody.
I don't know. Listen, I want to ask you a few questions here. So there's the list, folks. I that was a good list. That was pretty good.
That was good.
I thought that was pretty good. What do you think about full size candy bars? Like that's a fucking ball. That's a ball.
I had that on my list.
That's a ball. No, like that's a baller move. If some house is giving out full size candy bars, that's like
Where I grew up out in the country. So when you went trick or treating, like when I was a kid, we used to go to the houses around us. Everybody gave full chocolate bars and cans of pop. There was no little Halloween candy because they would give cans of pop. There was maybe 10
throw a
kids.
can of pop in the bag. I remember that. And then it weighs your fucking bag down by a couple pounds.
There was hardly any kids, right? Like there was maybe 30 homes in this tiny subdivision that we went to. So everyone would just give out full fucking candy bars and cans of pop.
What do you think? Could you imagine like full? Okay, you mentioned like chips was one of your favorite. One of your favorites. You imagine how much of a baller move this would be? Full bags of chips.
Oh, like the family size?
If someone was if some house was just giving out full bags of Doritos all night long. Like every
it would take up like 10 bags to take up the whole front porch.
They're like $4 a bag, right?
Yeah. Well, now, but back in the day,
back in the day. But like you imagine like someone was just like gonna pull a fucking all-time baller move and like full bags of Doritos for every kid that comes to the house, spend like $1,000 on fucking Doritos to hand them out.
Did you ever go to the house that just left the fucking bucket out? They're like, sorry, we're not home. Take one, move on. Did you ever take the whole bucket?
No,
me neither. I've done it at my house. I've left a full bucket out, and the kids are good. They don't take it.
I wasn't one of those kids, man. I was polite. Like take what take what you need, not what you want type thing, right?
Yeah.
But anyway.
There was also people watching all the time.
For sure. Before we wrap this Halloween thing up, we're gonna get to some other stuff here, but I wanted to get I got some numbers here. How much each household spends on candy on average in Canada, province by province? I've got some numbers here. Who do you think, what province in Canada do you think spends the least on Halloween candy per just household on average per household? What province in Canada do you think spends the least amount on Halloween candy? And what province do you think spends the most? And then I'll tell you right now which each one.
Not including the territories?
Not including the territories.
My guess would be Prince Edward Island spends the least. And I would assume British Columbia spends the most.
Okay. So PEI, they did not.
They spend the least?
No, it was not available. It was not available.
Well, I would pick the Maritimes in general, Nova Scotia, Newfoundland, New Brunswick. I would say one of those places would be at the bottom.
Okay, so I'll tell you who's at the top.
It's either Ontario or BC.
Well, this might surprise you. With the household average being $18 spent on Halloween candy.
That's low.
That's like 2 or 3 boxes today. Right?
I don't even think that's one box.
Oh yeah, you can get. I was looking at the flyers the other day, like $7.99, like $8.99 for like full boxes of stuff. So you get like 2 or 3 boxes, like with that, whatever. And then you shut the lights off, and it's game over. Like that's it. It runs out. Forget it. See you later. Catch you next year. But no, Newfoundland and Labrador, $18. New Brunswick, $18. Manitoba, $18. Saskatchewan, $18. Alberta, $18. That's as high as it gets. That's as high as it gets.
That's the highest.
That's the highest.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Ontario, $15, so a little cheaper.
I get
British-
this is probably because it's cheaper to buy shit than it
Okay.
is in the Maritimes.
Potentially. British Columbia, $12. And this is the worst one coming in dead last. These cheap motherfuckers in Quebec average $9 per household on Halloween candy. These dirty motherfuckers.
$9?
These dirty motherfuckers in the province of Quebec. $9.
One
You
box.
can't, you can't, one box. One box.
One box.
One box and fucking game over in Quebec. That's it. Those cheap motherfuckers.
Those poor kids. Those poor kids walking around, not fucking half the lights are off by 7 o'clock.
Terrible.
That's crazy. $9.
Terrible what they're doing in Quebec to those kids on Halloween.
We need a full investigation in this.
Okay, so
Where's the government?
I want to move past that because there's still a few more things I want to get. So that was good. We spent 20 minutes on that off the top. Couple quick things. Try to go kind of rapid fire because there's just a few things I want to get to here. Favorite thing as a kid overall, like what did you look forward to most as a kid as far as like going out food wise? It could be dessert, it could be meal, it could be like, what was your favorite thing that you were like, oh my God, we're getting that? I can't wait. Favorite thing as a kid, memory of like, oh my, I can't believe, like, yes, I want this. Or if your parents ask you, like, where do you want to go for whatever? Like, what do you, favorite thing?
It's probably McDonald's.
Okay.
I mean, McDonald's or pizza, maybe. No,
Well,
it'd be McDonald's. I mean,
pizza's
when you're
no-brainer.
like when you're 6 years old and your parents swing through that drive-through to get you a fucking Happy Meal, I mean, there's no better feeling.
Well,
You're
I
like,
think
here we go.
I think I have one better feeling.
Well, you're talking food, right?
Yeah, I think I
Okay.
have one better feeling.
For a
My-
kid?
Yeah. My absolute favorite thing. And this happened a lot after games, specifically baseball games in the summer. And I'm talking Dairy Queen Blizzards, baby. A
Yeah,
blizzard
but-
from Dairy Queen.
Okay.
Oreo and cookie dough blizzard. Oh my God. Maybe you throw some Reese's Pieces in there and look out. A blizzard from DQ, dude.
Yeah, I think most kids get excited when they're after a baseball game when they're like, let's go to DQ. But I think you are more excited when you're hungry for supper and they're like, let's just go to McDonald's.
No, not for me, man. It's
When
all,
you're
it
a
was,
kid and you know you're gonna get chicken nuggets.
there's I loved it. I loved a good 6-pack of nugs from McDonald's back in the day. Who the fuck
Oh.
didn't? But
Honey dipping
dude,
sauce. Come on.
when you're getting a blizzard from DQ, come on, man. That's a
I actually didn't like DQ.
blizzards.
I didn't like blizzards. I still
Oh.
don't like blizzards. I still don't like
Wow.
Dairy Queen.
Okay, we are learning something about each other that we've known each other a long time. We are learning things tonight. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna.
I would get a milkshake before I would get ice cream or a blizzard.
Okay.
There you go.
Fair enough. I loved it.
Well, obviously it was your favorite thing.
It was my favorite thing. Like I absolutely love the Dairy Queen Blizzard. Okay, I'm gonna keep moving.
Yep.
Costco, absolute madhouse. Anybody that
Fuck,
goes to
I hate
Costco, like it's fucking crazy, right? But
I get fucking anxiety and panic attacks just looking at the parking lot.
oh, dude, it's doesn't matter what day of the week it is. It's worse on the weekends, but you could roll in there Monday at fucking noon, and it's as busy basically as a Saturday at noon. It's
You
crazy.
can go to a town that only has 100,000 people with a Costco, and I swear to God, half the town is at Costco at any given moment.
100%. So.
Like, fuck, I hate Costco. I
So let me-
hate it with a passion.
I mean, so had a little Costco adventure recently.
Oh,
New underwear, some new underwear needed, some decent prices there. You can get a 4-pack for a good deal. Let me ask you this, Chad. When does a pair of underwear have to like,
when do you need a new one?
when does a pair of underwear have to be like, okay, that's enough. That's enough of this. Like, when does it get to the point? Because a lot of dudes are crazy and they'll wear fucking like I'll tell you. I'm just asking you first. When does it get to the point where like you're like, probably need some new underwear here? Like when, what does that pair of boxers need to look like for you to roll to Costco and grab a new 4-pack of fucking underwear?
I mean, for me,
It's got to be bad, right?
yeah, like when the crotch starts to either
man.
rip, but it's basically down to just it's like see-through. The fucking fabric is almost gone.
Yeah.
But you know what I do?
Like you might as well not even be wearing underwear.
I order the exact same pack from Amazon.
Oh, smart move.
So, and I get the same size, same style, same colors, just the exact pack. And every few months, I'm like, time for new underwear. And I order it.
Smart move. Oh, every few months?
Like maybe every 6 months, I'll order it.
Oh my God, dude, I've had the same underwear for years.
Oh, no. I throw my underwear out in like 6 months.
Oh my, what?
Yeah.
Oh my
Get new
God.
ones.
That is,
I
That
like fresh undies.
okay, dude. I think you're in the minority there. I have to be honest. I think
No, I have had pairs that I've worn for years and years and years, like just super comfortable pairs. But in the last few years, I just got into this habit where I'm like, I'm a fucking grown adult. And then I would say every 6-7 months, I just go on Amazon, I order them, they come to the door, I throw the 10-pack out from last time, and I got the new 10-pack in the drawer.
Okay, I love that.
Go.
I might have to try that move. I might have to try that move. So anyway, like the Costco thing, I hate the Costco thing. I hate it. But you grab you grab the underwear, whatever. But when I am in there, I can't help but do a little dip through the samples. The samples are the best part about Costco. Let's be serious. I will run through Costco with nothing in my hands, not even pushing in a cart before I even buy what I'm about to buy. And I'll just
you got to get a sample.
I'll just do a samples tour and see what's cooking samples wise and just mouth down the samples, man. That's the best thing about Costco, is it not?
Yep. It is the best thing.
You never know.
I don't know.
You never know.
I haven't been a Costco member for years because I don't do the shopping and I don't want to fucking go. But I did read. You want to hear a funny stat about Costco that I read a while ago?
Sure.
Do you know that they take like, I forget what the number is, but it's millions and millions of dollars. They take a huge, massive loss on chickens.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah.
They're rotisserie chicken.
Yeah.
And
it wouldn't even matter because they make so much fucking money.
Because people come in for their $5-6 chickens, like their chickens are so cheap.
Yep.
And then everyone ends up dropping $100 while they're in there.
Of course.
I'm like, that's fucking genius. And where do they put the chickens? The very fucking back of the store.
Yeah.
You can't just walk in and grab a chicken and walk out. You got to walk all the way to the back.
Right at the very back. Very back.
It's genius.
It is. Costco. Anyway. Okay, so listen, man. This morning,
do you get the Costco magazine?
No, absolutely not. I don't have a Costco membership. I just family members do. So that's how I don't
understand why Costco has a magazine. Who the fuck is reading a Costco magazine?
I didn't even know they had a fucking magazine.
They send it to like every member gets a Costco
What's in
magazine.
it? Like deals, or is it just like
it's like a fucking magazine? Like it'll have like a celebrity on the cover. And they'll be like,
seriously?
and they'll be like story. I remember the election in 2015, there was a big joke because at the time, Trudeau in Canada, he was on the cover of like Vanity magazine or some big, huge magazine. And Stephen Harper was on the cover of Costco's magazine. But no, like they had, like last year, they had Paul McCartney on the cover of their fucking magazine.
Wow. I didn't know. I didn't even know they had a fucking magazine. That's
but who's
crazy.
reading it? It's just, you look in the inside and all it is like Costco shit.
That's crazy. No, I didn't know that. Okay. So listen, this morning, we're recording this Sunday evening, October 20th. This morning in Toronto, Chad, there was the Toronto Waterfront Marathon. Not sure if you were aware of this or caught any of this. I was not aware of it, but I happened to catch some of it on TV. And I was absolutely like, I couldn't turn away. Like, I was like, I've never watched a marathon race in my entire life. But once I put it on, I was like mesmerized by what was happening. like how many people were there in the crowd watching and how many people were participating running, I was like, this is fucking,
It's a huge event.
oh my God. Listen to this. A 40-kilometer marathon. 40 kilometers. Okay. The dude that won, that came in first place, did it in just over how long? I know how long. How long do you think it took the winner to run 40 kilometers?
I'm gonna average an hour per 10K and say 4 hours.
I have a follow-up question to this, but the winner, the dude that won, the male that won, did it in just over 2 hours.
Fuck.
And a 40-kilometer
How do you keep that pace?
And the female that won did it in just over 2 or just under 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours. So I'm thinking, this is why I was so, I'm watching this and I'm like, what? Like, I'm thinking to myself, how long would it take me? And I'm going to ask you this question. How long would it take us to run 40 fucking kilometers? How long would it take? Like, how long do you think it would take us to run 40 kilometers? Like, could we do it in a day? Like, it's not even possible.
Yeah, I think we would. To be realistic, I think we'd do it in a day. But
no. Here's the actual answer.
I think we get through the first 10. We would get through the first 10 if we had to push ourselves. You would get through the first 10. You would get through the next 10, but the last 20, the last 25 kilometers. Yeah, I don't. Maybe we wouldn't. I might die. I might just die in the street.
Here's the answer for me. I couldn't run 40 kilometers in a day.
No, but you can walk too, right? Like you can run and then walk and run and then walk.
Yeah. I might give you a solid 5 minutes out of the gates, and then I'm fucking gassed.
Well, that's not even half a kilometer.
Exactly. So like, there's no fucking way.
Well, why would you, if you knew you had 40 kilometers, why the fuck would you sprint for the first 5 minutes?
Well, these.
If you walked and jogged a little bit.
Okay.
And we just talked, like we were just walking and jogging a little bit.
You could complete it. Yes.
We completed. It might take 14 hours.
It would take a long time.
But we do it.
Sun up to sundown.
But like, who the fuck starts a 40-kilometer race by sprinting for 5 minutes?
The dude that wins in fucking 2 hours. That guy.
Okay, yeah, but guys like me and you, if we do that,
I would just give it out of the gates and then just be like, well, I tried.
Yeah. If I'm crossing the street and a car comes and I got to pick it up and run to the other side, I need to take a break when I get to the other side of the road.
100%.
So no fucking way.
No, dude, I can barely run to the fucking mailbox. Like, it's not 40 kilometers. Just think about that for a second. Seriously, before we move on, 40 kilometers in 2 hours? That's crazy, dude. Like, that is just the pace you would have to be on there is fucking crazy. I get these are like, you know, they do this shit all the time. Like, they run marathons several times a year and like I get it. I don't do that. I never fucking run. I don't run unless I have to run. Period. Like, unless I need to run, I ain't fucking running. But anyway, I just thought that was like, I was just mesmerized by the time and the agility of these people going hard and not fucking stopping. It was fucking crazy, man.
Yeah, like, think about this, man. If you're in a car and you're driving 40 kilometers an hour, that's 1 hour in a car.
That's
and
wild.
No person goes 40 kilometers an hour.
No way.
Like, that's fucking insane.
Yeah, that's crazy.
2 hours? Wow.
Just over. It was like 2 hours, 7 minutes or something like that for the winner. But anyway.
All right.
Yeah. Look it up. I'm not making it up. It's like a true, like it's a true thing.
Do you remember we had not track and field. We used to do cross country.
Oh yes.
When we were kids.
Oh yes.
And I did this. I don't know if you remember. I got disqualified, kicked out, never allowed back to cross country. But it went.
Yeah, that's because you were using anabolic steroids.
I was using anabolic steroids. No, they went around a track. It went around a loop in a like a wooded area, and then it came back. Yeah. And I hid in the bush.
Yeah. What was the name of the park?
Beavermead.
Beaver meat.
Beaver, yeah. But I hung out in the bush and I waited for the guy.
Yes, I remember this.
Yeah, the guy, and then the guy was coming in first. I jumped out in front
Yeah.
and sprinted to the
Yeah.
finish line,
Aw-
won the race. They
awesome
disqualified me. Like, you can't do it. You're not even sweating. I'm like, I won.
Awesome.
I fucking
Awesome
won.
move, though. Awesome move, man.
Anyway,
Like, thinking outside the box. Thinking outside.
that's
the
right.
box.
Work smart, not hard, baby.
Okay, here's what I've got for the end, Chad. We'll go out with a little bit of some of these things will be maybe surprising to you or just
Okay.
cool, whatever. Go out with a little bit of a blast from the past. A little blast from the past. Here we go. Ready?
Yep.
On this day in history, 1957, Jailhouse Rock premieres for the first time on national radio. Elvis Presley, folks. Jailhouse Rock, 1957. If you want to comment on any of these, let me know, because this day happens to be like one of the more incredible days in
music history.
Not just entertainment history. October 20th, wild stuff. Well, all
right,
Not-
Jailhouse Rock, yeah.
That's a big one, Elvis. Like, it's a big one.
Yeah. One for the money, two for the show.
1979, Bob Dylan makes his first and only ever appearance on Saturday Night Live.
Really?
Did you know that? Yeah. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Why is he not been? I don't know why was he not? Did he not go back because you think he would have been back like over the years? That's a weird one for me. But anyway, his Bob Dylan's first and only ever appearance on Saturday Night Live, 1979. 1998, comedian Richard Pryor receives the first ever Kennedy Center Mark Twain Prize for American humor.
Wow.
First ever. You know the award I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I do.
Richard Pryor was the first ever to receive the award in 1998. Love Richard Pryor. I think he's absolutely
he's dynamite.
Hilarious, man. Tragic story, kind of his whole life, but great comedian. And some birthdays, and then I'll give the final word to you. Turning 45 today is John Krasinski, better known for Jim from The Office. Snoop Dogg turns 53 today.
Wow.
And tragically, Tom Petty would have turned 74 today, but terrible
Passed
thing
away.
that happened to him with I think it was like an accidental like fentanyl thing. Kind of same thing. Tom Petty and Prince, it was like an accident, like it was like a not on purpose overdose, like a fentanyl. I don't know. Like
Yeah, I think Tom Petty was taking a bunch of shit to kind of get through a tour, painkillers, and stuff.
same as Prince.
But it's like a mix. Like they take painkillers and then they take sleeping pills to go to sleep, and it all kind of mixes, and it didn't work out. But R.I.P. Tom Petty, legend.
One of the best to ever.
I saw
do it, man.
Tom Petty. I bought tickets in Toronto.
Did you see him play live?
Yeah, so a bunch of people were going, and I was like, I want to go. And I just started dating my wife at the time. And I was like, you want to go? And she's like, absolutely. So I went on like one of the second tier ticket sites, and I just bought tickets. I was front row, right above the crowd, like in the actual seats. Who was right in front of me on the floor all night? Ty Domi.
Oh, no kidding.
Ty Domi, the old Toronto Maple Leaf. But the thing I didn't realize was, like, I always loved Tom Petty, but when I went to the concert, you don't realize you know every fucking song.
Oh, Tom, absolutely.
Like, you're like, holy shit, I know this song too. I know this one. I was hammered. I had such a great time. It was so awesome. R.I.P. Tom Petty. Anything?
Do you have a favorite Tom Petty song?
I would probably say "The Waiting" is my favorite song.
Great song.
Yeah,
I like. He was also in a band called the Traveling Wilburys for a while.
Yeah, he played their hit song when I went and saw him.
I'm not sure.
Well, it's all right. That one.
Great. Like every song is incredible. Like one of my favorite Tom Petty songs is, I don't think this was a Traveling Wilburys song, but maybe it was the song he did with Stevie Nicks, "Stop Dragging My Heart Around." Was that the Traveling Wilburys or Tom Petty? Stop dragging my heart around.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that. I don't think it was Traveling Wilburys. I think that was just a Stevie Wonder or Stevie
Stevie
Nicks feature.
Yeah, great song. Love that song. Yeah. Anyway, and
All
Snoop
right,
and Snoop. Like, what can you say about Snoop? Like,
perfectly honest, I thought Snoop was older than 53.
53 today.
I don't know why. Like, he looks a little older.
Smokes
looks
weed
good,
every
man.
day. Every day.
All right. Well, listen, everybody, while you're out there right now, just remember there's two ways to live life. Okay. You can keep it tight, you can keep it loose. And we don't care which way you go.
No,
So
that's all
until
you gotta
next
say.
time, make your pick. Tight or loose.
Like Jack said, keep it tight or keep it loose.
Mm.
We'll see it. We'll see you next weekend with possibly our best Halloween movies of all time. Like, that's
Love it.
probably
Let's do it.
leading up to Halloween. We got to get into the spirit here. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
See you next weekend.
I make sex like 2 times a week.
That's an off week for me.
Sometimes when I'm jerking off, I can go for like 5 minutes nonstop.
Probably laid like, I don't know, over 20 ladies.
At once.
No, over the course of, being out there in the field, playing the field.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
Hey, everybody, you're listening to the Tight or Loose podcast with Daly and Driscoll.